talking about demons. What are the demons?
The voices.
Well, tell me about it. What are the voices about?
It's another voice, the evil side.
Well, what does it tell you to do?
Burn, kill, destroy.
Okay, burn, kill, destroy what?
Anything.
Oh my God!
It was Valentine's Day, 2018, when a shooter entered Stoneman Douglas High School. After storming the halls, 17 people were murdered. Another 17 were left injured, and nearly everyone experienced emotional trauma from the incident. To date, this has been the deadliest high school shooting in U.S. history. The shooter, Nicholas Cruz, tried to escape the scene by blending in with the crowd of the students. Upon being captured, he started talking about how he saw demons and heard voices. Also, that he didn't know where he was or what he had done. Now, it's the job of the interrogator to decide if Nicholas Cruz is a mentally ill individual who needs help or if he was fully aware of his own actions.
Just close that whole feed here.
Nicholas Cruz was brought into the room seeming to be disassociated from reality, maybe even regretful. But as soon as the guards leave, Nicholas looks up at one of the cameras and starts to pretend to shoot himself. Even if Nicholas were feeling suicidal, this change of behavior from quiet to active in a matter of seconds is abnormal. When people fake a diagnosis, they will often act in extreme ways to try and convince people that they have such a diagnosis. For example, if you give people with memory loss a coin to flip, then take the coin away, they will only be able to guess which side their coin landed on 50% of the time. But people faking memory loss will purposefully get the answer wrong, far more than 50%, to try and convince people of their diagnosis. Nicholas seems to be doing that here, overacting to convince the detectives about his diagnosis, since that is the only thing he can do to get out of a prison sentence.
All right, how you doing, Nick? You all right? Gotta be able to speak so I can hear you.
Nicholas Cruz has returned to being quiet in the presence of people. Remember, he looked directly at the camera when the officers left. He knew he was being watched the whole time, so his behavior shouldn't be any different when the detectives enter the room. He's pretending he didn't know they were watching him to make his diagnosis seem convincing. We can already see strong evidence that Nicholas is faking his diagnosis, but it will take something more conclusive to determine this for sure.
All right, I just need to ask you really your name and date of birth just to confirm I got it right, and then I'm going to see if you want a glass of water or something. What's your first name? Come on, Nick. Huh?
Nicholas.
Spell it for me.
Okay.
Come on, I'm old. You got to talk so I can hear you. N-I-K. O.
L.
Okay.
S.
A-S. And what's your middle name?
Jacob.
Come on, man. Speak so I can hear you.
Jacob.
Jacob. J-A-C-O-B.
Yes.
And what's your last name?
Cruz.
Cruz. Okay. Again, man, unless you want me to sit in your lap because you're talking so quiet, you're going to have to speak so I can hear you. Let's get a little closer to the table so me and you can communicate. What's your date of birth?
The detective is going to have to work hard to get Nicholas to open up. He's starting by getting Nicholas to answer some warm-up questions, like his name and birthday. But Nicholas remains cold and quiet, taking a silent approach throughout the interrogation.
19 years old. Where were you born? What city?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you know what state?
Florida.
Florida. Have you lived down here your whole life?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't know what city? You don't know what hospital? Okay.
Again, after people have left, Nicholas almost immediately fixates on the camera, showing his level of awareness of his situation and how he's always being watched. Nicholas motions to shoot himself in the head while staring directly at the camera, as though he's trying to convince anyone watching that he is suicidal. If Nicholas's state of mind were genuine, there would be more consistency in how he behaves in front of a camera and with the detective. The fact that he can change so quickly strongly suggests he is being performative. And again, Nicholas is conducting self-harm by picking at his skin and biting himself, behaviors that we'll see vanish as soon as the detective returns.
All right. If there's not bleeding anymore, you want them off, we can pull them off. I'll get you a garbage can. You want them off? Put them on the, throw them on the floor in the corner.
The detective gave just a normal reaction to Nicholas peeling off his band-aids and picking at his wounds. Nicholas is only acting in this way to garner sympathy from the detective. By showing that he isn't going to react to Nicholas's self-harm, the detective is deterring Nicholas from using these tactics just to get a reaction.
Are you staying with a family member or a friend? Come on, you gotta relax, man. Do you know what city you were living in the last, say, week or two? How long have you been living with your friend?
4 months.
4 months. Okay, I gotta take notes because I'm old. What's your friend's name?
I can't remember.
You can't remember? Do you know him from where?
School.
Okay, and the school you know him from, again, some of these questions are gonna sound stupid, but I need to know, what school do you know him from? From Douglas?
Yes.
Okay. What name do you call him by?
Brother.
Brother? Is that where you stayed last night at his house?
I can't remember.
Saying, "I don't remember," is a common way to avoid answering questions, even when we do know the answer to them. Nicholas is only being asked about where he was staying the night before, something he should know very easily, and his refusal to answer shows how defensive he is.
You can't remember. Okay.
Can't remember anything.
What about your phone? Do you have a phone?
I lost it.
When did you lose it? Today?
Today.
Okay. What kind of phone is it?
I don't know.
Okay, is it a flip top, an iPhone, a Samsung? It's a phone. What's the number?
I can't remember.
Okay,
I can't remember.
Nick. Like I said, the questions are going to get a lot more difficult than what
can't
your
remember,
phone.
dude.
Okay, but when?
I can't remember, dude. I can't.
Okay, Nick, calm down.
Okay.
You've already been medically cleared. I know what's going to be talked about is difficult, but again, you don't remember your phone number. How long you had the phone?
Nicholas is now faking a panic attack to avoid answering the questions. We can tell it's fake because there was nothing to trigger Nicholas. He was just being asked his phone number. It's the same thing as the faking memory loss example. Nicholas is overreacting this way to try and convince people of his diagnosis.
How long have you had the phone?